So Arknight Endfield just announced the 1.2 special program, and I gotta say that I've never seen a patch change this dramatic. It's almost like they dug into every single post on Reddit with no like, and opinion buried so deep, along with the lost civilization. That is the extent they dug into the opinion of the player. Any complaint I had with the game is probably 90% solved, and they also solved the problem that I didn't really think of. And I think the patch change this dramatic only happens because despite Arknight Endfield being a good game, they did make a lot of mistakes on the micro aspects of it. And one of my biggest critiques on the Arknight Endfield is none other than the progression of the character. I truly believe that what makes gacha game fun in the first place is the variety of the character and the team. And by having harder time progressing, you're gonna have less fun with the game cause the amounts of team and the variation that you could try are gatekeeped by the progression. And they announced this event is basically refunding the upgrading material. So anyone who has already upgrade and invest on the character gonna get all their material back. The new player and the new character that you levels up gonna have a new progression baseline. And at this point, we still don't know that how much exactly they gonna give us back. I hope it's gonna be around 30 to 50%. So yeah, for those of you who are coming from the OG Arknight game, I guess you guys are wrong this time. Last time when I talked about this, there are people from the comment from the OG Arknight comment stuff like, oh, you gotta learn the game and understand which character to progress. It was never about making the right decision on leveling up character. It's about, my point is always about the variety of the team. Cause two different teams is definitely more fun than one dedicated team. But I do think the old progression does has its pros and cons. And I just talked about the con. The pros is they gotta adjust the difficulties from the lower bar, and that leave a lot of space and room for the non-meta character. But the other end of spectrum is like Zenless Zone Zero, where you could max pretty much every single character that you own. So they gotta adjust the difficulties based off that, and the end result is people gonna chase for the meta team and eventually stick to those few specific team, which also beat the purpose of variety. And I hope Arknight Endfield can find a good balance on that. Next we got Zhuang Fangyi. I'm just messing with you guys, I'm actually a native Chinese speaker. Zhuang Fangyi. She's gonna be the only character on the next banner. She's gonna be up there for 35 days. I believe that is even longer than Rossi and Tang Tang combined. It's basically a guarantee even for the free-to-play. And that's a really good news to me, cause I really don't wanna miss Mi Fu and Zhuang Fangyi. And by the way, all the leakers now are eating shit harder than drowning in the septic tank. So let's break down her kit. Her basic is standard and nothing special. Her combo trigger when the on-field character hit the final strike or use the finisher on the target with the electric infliction. And the infliction will be converted into the electrification, which is the reaction of the electric, which is gonna be the square logo right here. It indicates the reaction. It's gonna increase the loss of art damage. So we can tell Perika gonna be very important for her. I can see the possibility of the mono electric team along with Anton and the Arclight, or even double DPS is Avavina. And when you use her skill, the skill gonna consume the reaction. And be warned, it's not infliction, the one that stack in circle. It is the one with the square logo here. The reaction, it consumed the reaction. And the higher the levels of the reaction, the more Thunder Blades she gonna summon. And more blade mean more damage buff, which is maximum of 9. Her ultimate put her into the stage, the Imperial Obtruse. The first skill gonna be free and doesn't consume the reaction, and will inflict 1 stack of electric. The combo in ultimate is basically the same, but it's gonna be attacking multiple enemy, basically the AoE version of it. and it speeds up the cooldown time by 4 times. Just look at how fast the combo recovered. This is absolutely insane. And now you can start farming Essence for her weapon. The farming location gonna be the hub and Originium Science Park. It's gonna be will boost, attack boost, and suppression. The new gear gives away her substat, while her main stat gonna be will. Her substat is probably gonna be intelligent. The 3 set effects of this gear is plus 10% attack, and upon consuming reaction, and in her case the electrification, it's gonna increase art damage by 15% up to 3 stack. Each stack lasts 25 seconds. And we will also be getting a new monthly card. Like wow, it's not just an ordinary monthly card. It is being applied on top of the monthly card that you already have. So the login bonus of the monthly is 200, right? Now you are logging in and getting 400 login bonus. We are getting a total of 400 Orable. If we pair that along with the daily, we basically got more than 1 pools for a day. For the next 30 days, we're gonna have new area, new story, new factory equipment, and somebody took a massive amount of piss here. We're gonna pump it up with the special kinds of pump, anti-corrosion pump, cause you don't wanna use it on the same pump with the drinking water. And you're gonna be able to produce new stuff with this assets, like the new component, new gear. And the gear ain't gonna be the straight upgrade, but the alternative choice of the gear. And we can anticipate that it's gonna be Zhuang Fangyi's new gear, and the new types of Sirenite called the Heavy Sirenite. And just like the Liquid Sirenite, you can also turn this into the liquid form, and it's gonna be stronger when it comes to exploration, cause you got the power of urination and ammonia. It seems like in 1.3, we're gonna get the new types of endgame content, the contingency contract. I'm not an OG Arknight player, but it seems like it's gonna be really hard, cause this is one of the reaction from the OG Arknight player. And of course, this types of comment, you can just clear it at the baseline levels to get all the reward, but you can also modify it to make it harder for the challenge, for the fun of it. And damn, this is kind of new. The co-op mode for the endgame content. You're gonna be able to select 2 operator to join this endgame content. We're gonna get 3 new upcoming operator, not gonna be on this patch. We got a green hair girl, Mei Fu, and a guy. And for the quality of life improvement, you can now collect all the material on the Dijiang with 1 button and another button to repeat all the cycle again. The material from outposts can be collected remotely from the map. And massive quality of life change on crafting the gear and artificing the gear. You can now craft the gear from the operator's menu instead of going back and forth between the operator menu and the crafting menu. It annoys me all the time, not gonna lie. You can now mass producing the gear, and you can also now mass artificing the gear. And it's gonna automatically stop when you succeed the artificing, so you don't have to worry about wasting the gear. And of course, the artificing catalyst, you can sort for the types of essence that you want, so you don't have to check the essence every time you grind. And the factory on next patch, it's gonna have the backup power. The amounts of power gonna be unlimited in a setup time. And we're gonna have this mixed banner of Leviathan, Gilberta, Pogger, and the Adelia. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to select the one that you want, or is it gonna be a mixed pool, cause if that's the case, it's gonna be some of the most terrible banner. Make sure to like and sub if you make it to this point. I will also be doing the factory for the 1.2, and let me know what you think about the 1.2 patch. And I guess that's pretty much it. See ya guys.